Well, hey, what's up? Welcome back. This is Freed's first time. My name is Freed, and I'm just your average feller that likes to shoot the shit and talk about whiskey. And at the end of that shit shooting, I'm going to give this whiskey a musical pairing because that is what we do here. Now, if that sounds cool to you, maybe subscribe. That would be cool. If not, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. If not, it's all good, man. Today, we're checking out Peat's Beast Batch Strength Sherry Edition. Yes, that's like my fourth take doing that. So basically this is the normal batch strength Peat's Beast, but they put it into Pedro Jimenez or PX sherry barrels for an additional 9 months. It's a non-age statement whiskey, it is natural colored, it is non-chill filtered, so that's all good, but we don't know exactly where it comes from. I've heard anywhere from Isla distilleries, and I've also heard like even Benriach is a possibility, but we don't know. So while I'm pouring this into the glass, it's distributed by a group called the Fox Fitzgerald Group. Now, that's a porn name if I've ever heard one. Am I wrong?
I'm here for the gangbang.
So, right on. So it is natural color, so take a look at that. And you can see the sherry influence right away because it has a nice kind of a tawny, brownish red, which is what tawny is, Freed. Nice. So let's just check this baby out on the old, yeah. It is a little hot on the nose, you can tell, but it's 54.1% ABV, so it's to be expected. It's like a sweet smoke, rum-soaked raisins. Gotta remember to breathe. Red licorice, like a citrusy chocolate, like one of those chocolate. It's not so much an orange though, like one of those chocolate oranges. Have you seen those before? But it's more of like a more soury lemony, limey citrus. Vanilla. A smoked honey ham, all of that on just a thin layer of peat, and it's a great nose. I really dig it so far. Yeah, nice. Well, let's check it out on the palate. Goodbye. Speaking of Ganbei, it's officially the year of the rabbit, so Xin Yin Kuai La, the Chinese New Year, was just last night. And if you hear your fireworks coming through the microphone, that's why everyone's going nuts. Even though the government's outlawed fireworks now, which is a damn shame, because it's a great tradition. So people are still doing it though, and it's fun. So if you hear any pops or bangs, that's what it is. Anyways, sorry. That was my first drink of the day, so I had to have a little warm up, a little nipper. It's got a nice creamy mouthfeel. It's still a little hot, again, to be expected. It's a bit dry, kind of like a sour, bitter peat mixed in with some smoke. It's oaky, obviously, and I'm getting like a really heady blue cheese vibe, like a really savory blue cheese, which with me, real dank blue cheese kind of has like a sulfury vibe to it as well, which is not uncommon to find in sherried whiskeys. And I don't find it very often in sherried whiskeys, but it's absolutely there. I found it at least a handful of times, but it's definitely presenting itself in this motherfucker. The nose is the best part of it all, I think. The palate's a bit underwhelming. I wish it was a bit more. I think maybe if it spent some more time, and now they do have some age-stated versions of this, which I have yet to try, but I hear, I haven't heard shit, but I'm sure it's good, because this could use with some more time, so I can imagine if, time has been added to it, it would be so much better. But it is a little sharp around the edges, not in a cool, pleasant way like some of them are. And honestly, I expected more sweetness on the palate. With that PX finish, 9 months. I mean, that's not a terribly long time, but it's enough. And obviously it imparted a lot of color onto it. And I can get some on the palate, obviously. But as far as that sweetness that you would expect from a PX finished whiskey, it's not there. Not that I expected something to be cloying, but I expected more than this at least. I do dig the creaminess of it, though. That's nice. Nice and thick. Gross. Fox Fitzgerald. On the finish, it's a bit... I would say, medium, kind of tinkering into the long range. Still, that bitterness comes over, and there's... It's like that... Like you just spit out a piece of sugar-free gum, where they tried to use something to mimic sugar, the sweetness of the sugar, but it's just not sugar. But you spit it out and there's still that weird taste on your tongue. Have you experienced that before? That's what I'm getting exactly right now. So on the whole, man, the nose is the best part of it all. The palate, it could stand being in the barrel for a little bit longer. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And for the price, I think, let me look at my notes. For the price, I think I saw between 50 and 100 bones in the States and like 47 euros. But all of that is just hearsay because I live in China. I don't even remember what I paid for it. And I think every other shop that you're going to find, whether it's brick and mortar or online, is going to have a different little markup or whatever it's going to be. So what I would do personally is, if you have the money, go for the Ardbeg Uigeadail, because it's also a peated sherry whiskey. And if you have, I don't understand why anybody would buy this. And I'm sorry to sound like a broken record. I promise this might be the last time I bring it up. I wouldn't buy that at all, knowing that the Lumrig 10-year-old peated is there, because I don't think they're going to be too different when it comes to price. And just the Lumrig is just head and shoulders better than this. I mean, astonishingly better. So if you're kind of in a pickle, definitely go with that. And honestly, if you're in a pickle, I would just give this a miss altogether, because it just didn't deliver for me. Although, if you just look at it for what it is, a peated sherry whiskey, cask strength, then it'll get you there. No big deal. So the song for this one. And I went through a lot. Let me count my notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 6 songs I kind of was teetering back and forth. And I landed on Lola. By the Kinks, 1970, because she approached me like she was gonna be something. I was hoping it was gonna be something. Turned out it was actually something else. And for one night and one night only, I'm okay with it. Meaning I wouldn't buy this again. So one time only, I'm okay with it. So if you get a chance to listen to that song and think about it, it's lyrically brilliant. I mean, those guys, they use the ambiguity of their words to talk about whether or not some guy is a guy or not, and it's just lovely. It's a great song, and I think it fits perfectly with this whiskey. And sometimes, I don't know if I've explained thoroughly enough, but sometimes I use or think of a musical equivalent of the whiskey I'm drinking, and sometimes I think of a song that just marries well and pairs well with it. In this case, it's the former. Although the latter was applicable as well, so that's that. So the Peat's Beast on the whole, taste it if you want. I would avoid buying a bottle, especially if the Lumrig's available, although I hear it's getting harder and harder to find because it's really good. Makes sense. And if you have the extra coin, then go with the Uigeadail for sure. But on the whole, it's all right. It's okay. So that's that. Cool. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe. If not, just keep watching anyway. It's all good. Right on. So see you on the next one. Take it easy. 新年快乐.